I'm live and I'm on my new laptop. Can you believe it? I can't. It's it's very, very tricky for me, but I'm getting there thanks to Mark Bunker, who has helped me a great deal. And I want to thank, well, I won't thank you yet because nobody's on yet, but hopefully somebody will come on soon. My name's Tori Chrisman, aka Tori Magoo 44. And I was in Scientology for 30 years, as it says on my YouTube site, Tori Magoo 44. And it's kind of an odd name for a YouTube site, but I started it in 2008 when Mark Bunker, Anonymous, took on the Church of Scientology. And Mark Bunker brought over a webcam and he said, "This is from Anonymous." And I said, "What am I going to do with this?" And he said, "We're going to start a YouTube site." And hey, Brian, hi. It's good to see you too. I'm kind of new to this laptop. This is a brand new laptop, thanks to many people who chipped in, and thank you everyone who did. And so I'm getting used to it. So but it's a whole different thing than I'm used to. So I'm just explaining that my YouTube site. Anyway, I didn't know what to call it. So my name is Tori. My dad always helped me. So my nickname for him, hi, Kelly. Hi. Sounds, oh, good. It looks and sounds good. Okay, good. That's good. It's kind of dark in the background, but I'll have to work on that. That's another thing. So anyway, my nickname for my dad, he was a broadcaster on TV. He was a professional football player and then a broadcaster on TV on NBC. And because I thought he had tiny eyes, kind of like me, so I called him, and he was funny, so I called him Mr. Magoo. And his football number is 44. So anyway, I named it Tori Magoo 44. And that's the story behind my YouTube site and the name. But anyway, here I am. Thank you guys. Hi, Tony Griffin. Thank you all for coming on to my YouTube site tonight. So I have made probably, I think, 1,000 videos. When I left, I escaped out in 2000. I really wasn't going to speak out. But as I've said many times in LA, wait, let's say this is LA. No, that LA is on this side. Okay. So this is LA, Los Angeles, which is where I was. And I was really a Scientologist. And the night that I decided to leave, I was a Scientologist and I wasn't going to speak out. I wasn't going to make videos. I wasn't going to do anything. But by the time I got across the country to Tampa, because of all the stuff they did to me, I became an activist. And I've been speaking out ever since. Hi, Golden Toad. I love some of your nicknames. So anyway, someone inside the church, way up in the church at the time, said, "Magoo, you are so high profile, keep talking, because they can't really hurt you because so many people are watching you." So that began my kind of exposing, I just have to think about it. Back in 2000, this was in July of 2000, not a lot of people knew a lot about Scientology, the dark side. They knew about Scientology all their like, oh, we're the greatest thing on earth and we're helping people and all that, which is what they sell. But as I tell everyone, it's very much like the movie The Truman Show, where good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's like it sounds great, it looks great, and it does in many ways. And I will say this, a lot of Scientologists are nice people. They are. So for years, ever since I escaped out, even when I was in, let's start back then. Such a good analogy. I know the Truman Show is a great analogy because, it really helps people understand it if you've ever seen the movie, because that's Scientology. That's really what it is. But when I was in, people would, I'd get in communication with people and I'd be with a friend and they'd say, "God, you guys are really nice." And I'd always say, "Well, we're Scientologists." And when I'd get to the car, the person would say, "I can't believe you told that person that we're Scientologists." One of the ladies was a millionaire and a mission holder and class 8, like highly trained in the church and everything. And she could not believe that I told him we were Scientologists. And I said, if everyone that is a Scientologist in LA told people they were Scientologists, we would not look as bad as we do, because there's a lot of good people in it. Hi, Lisa Hughes. And, now most of the younger guys that have never really been in the church can't probably even fathom that concept. But it's true. There's a lot of good people in it. David Miscavige is not one of them. He runs the church, and he's a very creepy guy. And there are people that work with him that do very creepy, awful things. But I always say, I try to keep it in perspective, because some people have a doctor or a dentist or a neighbor or a friend that's a Scientologist. And if you just, come off with everything's evil, they kind of think of those people, and then you kind of look crazy. Wait, let's see. Hans, hi. Good morning. First glance, I thought you had a blackout. I know. I feel like it. It's very dark behind me. I know. I have to work on that. But I'm telling you, this is my first video I've ever made by myself with my new laptop. And so I'm working on it. It's a work in progress, no question about it. But Mark Bunker has helped me greatly. Hi, Thomas. And Thomas, the Neo Usul? Anyway, hello. And Running Bear, is Science of the Mind the same in LA? Science of the Mind is a totally different thing than Scientology. Dianetics, Hubbard said, Dianetics, modern science of mental health, which nothing could be. In fact, this topic tonight is what I'm talking about. I talked about why I tell people I'm a Scientologist. And when I was in, like I said, I would tell people we're Scientologists. Hi, witness. Hey, good to see you. So when I was in, I would tell people, hey, we're Scientologists. Now that I'm out and I've seen all the dark side of it, I tell people also. So today I was literally taking packages to UPS. I mean, a package, but it was a big package. And I'm kind of like walking along with this big package. And this lady, a younger woman, could tell I was kind of struggling with it. And she said, would you like some help with that? And I said, I really would. If you could help me, it'd be great. So we both kind of carry it into UPS and set it down. And we start talking. And I say, thank you so much. And I forget how my age came up, but I said, yeah, I'm like 77. And she said, really? Wow, you look fantastic. And I said, well, part of it is I was in a cult for 30 years and I escaped out. Scientology. And I go like that. And I go, don't ever get in it. And she goes, oh my God, I was in it. And I said, you were? And because she's like, it turned out she's 60. So she was in it as a little girl, and her mother got her in. Her mother got in it, and her mother was schizophrenic. And I mean, it's just an awful story. I asked her if she'll do an interview on it, and she might. But 420 audit from Ireland. All right, we just watched this. We're watching a show about Ireland tonight. And we found out that wagon in Ireland means a nasty person, because they kept calling this lady who was really nasty a wagon. And we were like, all right, what's a wagon? And so we looked it up. Anyway, thank you for that answer. Hi, Running Bear. Okay, which was the answer? Ugh. Did I answer it or someone else did? Anyway, here's this girl, and she goes, I was in it. In fact, at 13, I just ran away and got out. And I lived on the streets in the cars that I could open up and sleep in at night. I mean, it's just this like horrific story. I mean, you're just like, oh my God. Anyway, really nice lady, put herself through college. Now she's super successful. She's in a very good career, which I'm not going to say because I don't want Scientology chasing her around or anything. But she's doing really good. And it's one of those things. If I hadn't said it, like I tell you guys all the time, I don't know if I have one here. I do somewhere. I told you I always carry my cards. My desk is a mess. It all got messed up because my friend helped me straighten it out. But anyway, I know I have them here. All right, so I always go like this. Here's my card, and I gave her one today. I said, "Here's my card," and I always recommend the Xenu.net, which I don't know how to do that. Oh wait, maybe I do. Hang on. This is a test. Everything's a test now for me. Okay, Xenu.net. I always recommend that because there's so many articles and stories and books and personal stories. It's really, really good. So I always recommend that to people. And so I give her that, and then I showed her the other red one is my YouTube site. And I gave her my phone number, and I said, let's get together because we live like a few blocks away from each other. So it's going to be fun. Hi, Kim. Hi, Matt White. Cricket's Corner Booth. Room raid. All right. Oh, room raid. All right. Hi, Maz. How are you? Well, it's good to see you guys. If you're from another room and you haven't subscribed to my site, please do. Please do. Because Scientology hates my subscriptions going up. Hi, Sophie. Good to see you. It's good to see everyone. I know. This is my new laptop, Sophie. So I'm trying it out. It's a little dark, and I apologize for that, but just the way it is. I mean, I could turn on the overhead lights, but it might look really weird. So I'm not sure. I have to test it out by myself and see how I like it, but it's okay for now. It's not exactly the best lit background, but I don't want to get up and keep moving it around. What dis? Okay, evening, Tori. I don't know what dis means, Speedy. Scientology sucks, that's for sure. It has since lightened up. Yeah, it seems like it's slowly. Maybe it's the laptop going, oh, this is a new thing, or I don't know. I have no idea. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. She said that too. The lady, when I said I'm 77, she said, oh my God, you look fantastic. And anyway, it was the beginning of a great conversation. It really was. I hope I get to see more of her. And I think I will. Is her webcam doing a weird Zoom follow? I think it is, because see, if I move, it kind of, especially if I go forward and then I go back, it kind of zooms in and out. I don't know. Believe me, this is a brand new thing for me, and I thank everyone who chipped in for me to get it. And I thank Mark Bunker because he's helping me set it up. Love the chat between you and Mark. I know. We have a lot of stories. We really do. I mean, what the hell is a show about? How's that? Okay. I mean, what the hell is a show about? How's that? I don't know what you're asking, Speedy. You've got to ask a better question or something that's more specific. But I told you what happened today. I met that lady that was literally lived on the street. Can you imagine that? From 13, I think it was for 7 years, she lived out on the street. It's, that's kind of amazing. Yeah, it is lightening up. See, it is. You can see it a little bit more. It's getting used to it. Maybe it's the new thing. I haven't seen that one yet. Yes. What witness? What haven't you seen yet? You haven't seen that one. What? Oh, I see. You're asking about a show, Speedy. Oh, if you haven't seen the one, it's on Mark Bunker's site, which is Xenu, XENU, .Xenu TV. and then I think it's just Xenu TV on YouTube, and that's where our talk is that we did, and it was about an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes. It was a long. We were on it for a long time. It really was, but we're going to do more. So that's for sure. Yeah, see, it is lightening up. You can see it a little bit better. I'm sorry. It's so funny. It's so funny to have something so new and so snazzy. Maybe if I take, now this is I have an extra light on. No, that just makes it even really darker. Okay, I'll leave it on. Ooh, see, now it is like zooming around. I know, it's really weird. It's like, woo. That show that you and Mark Bunker was so good. Can't wait for the next one. Good. And Kiko says, oh, I made it to a live for the first time in a while. Good. Yeah, I'm going to start doing them earlier. That's the other thing. I wanted to ask you guys what times you are good for you, because midnight is it's just too late for me, like I've said. Okay, yeah, you definitely need to catch up on that one, Keiko. It's really good. It's one of those that you can do it while you're doing other stuff. You can just listen to it because there's not a lot you have to see. It's just listening to it. But they're good stories. They definitely are. So anyway, that is my recommendation to ex-Scientologists, is because it's shocking how many people I'll say, yeah, I was in a cult for 30 years and I escaped out. And people go, really? What cult? Every time. And I go, Scientology. Have you heard of it? Tom Cruise, John Travolta. I always go like that. And they go, yeah. And especially with young people, you would just be shocked at how many people ask me, I've watched the shows on it, but I just can't believe it. And I go, it's 100% true. We used to protest and we would say, find out about Scientology. It's worse than you think. It's true. It is. Okay, I'm technically challenged, so I'd be no help to you, Kim. You're doing much better than I would. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But remember, I've been on it for 24 years, so I've been kind of working along. And then Keiko said, you should do it at whatever time works best for you. Okay, I'm often up late, but I've been busy not feeling well lately. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And Witness says, I agree with Sophie. Wait, that went up. The show with you and Bunker was good. Thank you. Link to Magoo and Bunky. All right, there's Sophie. Thank you for putting that up. My first live. All right, congratulations. 420 Audits Ireland. 8 a.m. in Ireland. If you're 77, you look amazing. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, I feel good. We were watching, it's called The Bad Sisters, I think it's called, and it takes place in Ireland. And some Pete Griffith and John McGee and Sam flew me over there to do, and a bunch of other people, to do a kind of a conference years ago. So I got to see Dublin in person. And, it's so pretty. It's so beautiful. But that show, it just looked so different. And I kept saying, this doesn't look like the Ireland that I was in. And then we looked it up and it says, no, it's in a suburb of Dublin. So that's why it looks so different. Okay, so that's a great line. Find out about Scientology. It's worse than you think. And that's true. And it's a great line. It really is. We've used it for years. You're 3 hours ahead of you. Your midnight is my 3 a.m. Wow, I just can't sleep. Kim, I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm happy you're here. So that's good. I agree, Keiko. And it's 100% true. All right, 420 Ireland. on. I know. I would love to live in Ireland. I really would. It's great. Hi, YRB. Thank you for coming. It's great you found someone that you share some history with, even though it's on two different paths. I know it's really cool because, see, Bunker was never in, and I was in for 30 years. But we came together while I was in. He has videotape, which, if you ever watch Magoo Dancing in Boston, you can see me in the beginning. I'm in Scientology trying to handle the critics. That's me in Scientology. And then it flips to me being out. But it is kind of great, the two of us. Thank you for that, YRB. I think so too. Hi, Soapy, Witness. It would be great to go there. Yeah, I know. It was really great to go there. I fell in love with it. It was just amazing. Catching you live from San Bernardino County. All right, good. Hello. Dawn, hi. Thank you for coming. Kelly, I feel like I haven't seen you around anywhere lately, Sophie. She's great. She's from New Zealand and she came over here, excuse me, to the United States. So that's why you haven't seen her a lot, because she's been traveling. That's my answer. Sophie, you can answer and say anything else that you want to add. Oh, except the Mark and Tori stream. Duh. Hiya, Sophie. Dawn, good to see you. That's from Sophie. Okay, so she's been on holiday. That's what she said. That's her answer. All right, so everybody's saying hi, hey, hi, and good to see you. And look, you can see a little bit. Well, you could for a minute. That's because my light went out. Damn, that's one thing. I love this light. Somebody sent me this light, and I really love it. But you have to keep it charged, or else it goes out just like that, and that's it. It's like whoosh, it's out. So I'll go charge it, and that'll be that, and then it'll be better. It'll last a little bit longer. Sophie says, had a delicious lunch with Tori and Witness. Love you both so much. I know that was really fun, and love it. She was there too. It was really fun. What a day. Witness, that's where Witness and I got stuck on the dirt road. Hi. Tori, it was lovely to meet you, like old friends. I know, it just felt like we were sisters or something. It's amazing. It was really great. Kim, my brother just got back from a month in New Zealand. Ooh, would love to go there. Oh, me too. It's definitely on my bucket list. Speedy said, so where do I sign up for the Scientology stuff? That's a good question. Sophie, can you tell him where to sign up for subscribe to the site? Do you mean to my site or to another site? I'm not quite sure what your question is. If it's my site, I don't really know how to tell him at this point. I'm kind of like trying to figure out where I am on this site. So Sophie, let him know where he can sign up. I don't see it. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know how it works. It must be on the outside of YouTube. If you go to Tori Magoo 44, there's a place where you can click for subscribe. And it's free, so that's good. The look on Tori, that was so funny. That was funny. Wait a minute. That was hilarious. Wait a minute. I missed something hilarious. Hilarious. Uh-oh, I lost the comments. That's the thing. This thing is so quick. I mean, it's amazing. All right, now what was hilarious? Okay, Witness said it was a hilarious. Ooh. Is forgivable because times are different now than then. Okay, so where do I sign up? Okay, my brother just got back. Okay, all right, Tori, lovely to meet you. Okay, thank you, Tori. Good to see you. Okay, okay. I don't get what's hilarious. I still think Mark Burka should picket that guy. He should picket what guy? The guy that was outside his house for with that picket sign. They wanted me to do that, and I said no. I said you don't even know this guy. They were saying awful things on this protest site, and I said no, I'm not going to do it. Find somebody else. I was like, the guy's a nice guy. I'm not going to go stand outside his house, look like a moron. No, that was one thing that was different about me in Scientology. And that was from epilepsy. I have epilepsy, for anybody that doesn't know, and I take medicine for it. But when I was in Scientology, they made me get off my medicine, and it was a nightmare. And for about probably, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months, 6 months, I don't know how long it was, but long enough that it really hurt my memory. And my mother said, look, these people are going to kill you. She was on the phone with me, and she was really, really worried, thank God. And if you have a child that is in a cult for any reason or any abusive relationship, stay on it. I can't say it enough as a parent. Had she not stayed on it, I would have been dead. I would have been just like Lisa McPherson. Exactly. The last time I tried to get off my medicine in Scientology, I went into, it was after OT3, which is their, Scientology is like a triangle, and OT3 is like up here. And I thought, okay, I've handled the cause of it. I don't need to take this medicine. And I went into what's called status epilepticus, which is multiple grand mal seizures. And I don't know how, but somehow subconsciously, I knew not to call Scientology. I knew if I called them, I would be like Lisa McPherson, only she hadn't happened yet, but it would have been the same thing. And if you don't know what happened to her, she was locked up in a room for 17 days and is dead. And the whole story is on the internet. You can Google it, Lisa McPherson. But it was awful. But that would have happened to me. But luckily, I called my friend who I knew was on the fence, and I knew he would take me to the nearest hospital, and he did. Took me right down to Morton Plant Hospital, which is right next to their flag land base. And the doctor there said, 5 more minutes and you would have been dead. I mean, that's pretty frightening. So that's why I always say to parents, almost every video, I take a little bit of time to tell parents, if you have a child or even a grown-up that's, your child that's in a cult or an abusive relationship, stay on it. Because my mom stayed on it, and we weren't close at the time. We were not. But she stayed on it, man. And had she not, and my grandfather was a doctor, so that helped. I think my grandfather said, look, just get her on her medicine, period. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he kept her going on it. But anyway, the two of them together saved my life. They really did. So now let me see where we are here. Ooh. Okay, people who say they would like to live in Ireland have never experienced rain from 6 different directions at the same time. Thank you. Thank you, 420 Audits Ireland. I think you're right, because I love the sun. And I will tell you this, that was the one place, I mean, I haven't been to that many places, but I went to Norway, Ireland, England, and Toronto, Canada. Those are any of my places outside America. And when I got back from Ireland, I walked outside LAX, which is their airport, and I threw up my arms. I said, oh, thank God for the sun. I had never been so cold in my life. I mean, it is really, really cold there. And had John McGee not helped me and let me stay in his bedroom where he had a fireplace, and he and his girlfriend stayed in another room, I don't know if I would have made it. Because the other thing, their solution to everything is have another beer. And I only drink like 1 beer a week. So that wasn't going to work for me to warm me up that way. So anyway, thank you for reminding me of that, though. I appreciate that. Okay, witness, for your information, for the chat, context in your comment is good for Tori. She tries to answer your questions. Thank you, witness. That's good. 420 Ireland, New Zealand is very rainy. Oh, it is too. Okay. Laid back works for me. I like it when you're in the chat with us. I do too. I like it when she's here. Tori, hilarious. The day at the trails, the car. I know. That was so unbelievable. I mean, it really, we were like Lucy and Ethel, totally. I mean, it was too funny. Audit, 420 audits. To get the green, you have to have rain. Yeah, you guys have the wonderful green, both of you. And that's from the rain. You're right. And we don't have it at all. I mean, we have it once in a while, but not much. And now we have these awful fires. Oh, out in Malibu. Yep, if Tori had passed from those seizures, you can bet the Church of Scientology would cover that up. Yep, they would have. It would have been. That's the thing. I know 17 people who have killed themselves, and most of them are between the ages of 18 and 26. So I say to young people listening to me, do not take your life. I don't care how bad things are. I know the 17 people who took their lives, and I know if they had just either gotten help from somebody, but you can't in Scientology. That's why they took their lives. But you could get help from someone else, or even if you're in Scientology and you're feeling like, oh, this is it, I can't take it anymore, walk out the door. The way out is the nearest door. Open it up, walk out. There's nothing they can do. They cannot stop you. They cannot. And you can run down the street, call the police. That's it. I know those two kids tried to run down the street, and they did say they needed help, and then their dad came. So it's tricky. It is. You know, it's tricky, but you could call me. I'll come get you. I will. Anyway, I gotta remember how to do this, how to get the things down. I'm just being silly. Please don't be angry. Question, Tori, what is the name of the epilepsy medicine you take? Not going to get into it. Thank you. If you really want to know, like, excuse me, if it's a personal question and you really want to know, you can call me. And my phone number is on the internet. You can just Google it and you can call me and I'll tell you. But I'm not going to tell you online, because I know that the Office of Special Affairs, which is Scientology's dirty tricks department, they call it PR and legal because that's what it's supposed to be. And it is to some degree, but most of their PR is complete horseshit. And if you don't, you don't believe me, go to Streets LA, or I think it's Scientology Audits Streets LA, and watch the Hollywood parade and watch Streets with them in the Hollywood parade. It's hysterical. It is one of the funniest things. I've watched it like 3 or 4 times and I laughed through the whole thing. I mean, it's just unbelievable how stupid their PR is. But anyway, they have PR and legal and dirty tricks, which most Scientologists, including me at the time, don't really know about. So they keep it very covert and very, just certain people know about it, even though they all know about the Office of Special Affairs, but they think it's PR and legal. Not really. Okay, so hi, Tori. This is from Charles. They're getting their first Atlantic blast back where we grew up. It's 11 degrees. Wow. In Chicago, 6 degrees. In Milwaukee. Woo! Oh, that's when I go, thank God I moved. I've got to make these letters bigger. That's what's happening. They're like little, tiny, and I can barely see them. So rest in peace, Lisa. Absolutely. I was going to say that, but then I thought everybody always says that, so I figured somebody would. Thank you, Sophie. When I was a preteen, I had grand mal seizures. Ooh, my right arm would be in convulsions, very scary. Yeah, that's what happened to me when I was 18. It started when I was 18. Unfortunately, I got in the cult, so it didn't get any better. Nail Tech Sherry, hi. Hello from freezing cold Chicagoland. Woo, 6 degrees. That's where Andreas, who lived in Norway until he passed away this year, rest in peace. Or I don't, Andreas isn't going to rest in peace. Not because he's not peaceful, but he's just a character. He'll be somewhere doing something, I think. That's what I think. See how this is? It's too, see how, but then it adjusts. So I don't know what that is. Like it's too high, but then it adjusts. So that's good. So wait, you said something. Freezing cold Chicago. Okay. Room raid from Cricket. Okay. Hi, you guys. If you're from Cricket, please subscribe to my site. That's the first thing, because I want my subscriptions to go up, and everybody that comes, that'll really help. And thank you for coming. And make sure everybody to hit the like button. Don't forget that. And the only reason I care about that is because that moves, apparently, our Scientology subjects up in the internet. If you don't like it, it doesn't. Yep. Witness said, yep, that'll make you go to the doctor 5 minutes from death. I know. Can you believe it? I'm unbelievable. They absolutely would have covered that up. That's the thing. Like all the 17, I mean, I know hundreds of Scientologists, because that's one of the main things that happens. They die. They get in Scientology. They're there for a while. If they stay, they die. And that's just a fact that Dr. Dank, L. Ron Hubbard's doctor, told me. I said, look, what the hell's going on? Why are these people dying? And he said, look, come in my office. And he said, every person, every Scientologist who's tried to handle cancer naturally, which is many of my friends, is dead. Some of them who handled it with some medicine, some natural, some lived, some died. Those are our statistics, Tori. That's it. That's a fact. That's from L. Ron Hubbard's doctor, who is dead now himself. Too young. Most of these people died way too young. So they die and they cover it up. They don't have any funerals. They don't ever say anything. I only knew most of these people died because of a guy named Steve Miller, who was the cramming or correction officer at AOLA, which is one of their advanced organizations. And he would come running out and go, Tori, you're not going to believe who's dead now. And I'd go, who? It was just like, who could be dead now? And he'd start listing out these people. And I'd just be like, I cannot believe these people are dead. I was just with him last week. I mean, it's very freaky. I mean, it's shameful. If you're in Scientology and you're hearing this, you really should get out, because your life is in danger. And I mean that. I really do. I really mean it. Okay. So is Cricket here? I don't know if Cricket's here. Kim asked that. Witness, LOL, 6 different directions, like wind in a tornado. Yeah, really. Okay, so question, besides your ex-husband, who do you wish you could see that's still in the cult? I have way too many friends that are still there that I would like to see. I'd like to see my old friend. A lot of them that I would like to see are dead. But I would like to see Vicky Dries, she's still in. I'd like to see Al Rabisi, who's the father of Vonnie Rabisi, who's the actor. I'd like to see Vonnie. I'd like to see Gay Rabisi. I'd like to see, there's just too many people to name off. But there's a lot of my old friends I would like to see, and I'd like them to come out. Or, they sell, the ironic thing is they sell communication. They sell freedom. And yet they can't even come talk to me. I've already said, I'm not going to talk to you about what I'm talking to you guys about, because I'm not. I understand they can't hear that kind of thing, or they will get declared suppressive, just like they declared me suppressive, right? Now, I didn't do anything. They just declared me a suppressive because I left. But they were afraid I was going to talk, and I wasn't. I really wasn't. And if they hadn't done the shitty stuff they did, I would have been on my way. But you know what? They did do the shitty stuff they did. I've definitely experienced rain from different directions and it gets cold. Ooh, come in the summer. Yeah, that sounds good, Sophie. Okay, she said maybe. Okay, Tori, can you drink alcohol with seizure meds? They don't recommend it, and I'm not a drinker anyway, so it's not a problem. But they don't recommend it for a lot of medications. They don't want you to be drinking. Hi, Legend Tori. Hi, Marisa. Is that Marisa, my friend that I know? All right, Sieglin. Hi, Tori. Thanks for being here tonight. You are welcome. I hope you guys are all subscribed to my YouTube channel. I I still can't believe how the car was stuck. I know. That's for witness. You have to watch it. We made a video about it because it was funny. It really was. Ah, Tori, you did see us going to the ladies' room. Huh? Tori, you did see us going to the ladies' room. Witness, I'm not sure what you're talking about on that one. Because we didn't go to the ladies' room. Running Bear, thank you for your heart. It's a broken heart. What's a broken heart about? That's a lot of people. It is a lot of people. You mean that are dead? Yeah, it is. It is a lot, Sophie. And that's why I talk to people. And I mean, you would be shocked at how many kids I talk to every day. Because I'll say this is my thing. And I'll tell you, I go like this. I just want you to know your life is in danger. And they go, what? And I go, look, I was in a cult for 30 years and I escaped out. And I know what they're after. And they're after young people like you. And they go, what cult? And I go, Scientology, Tom Cruise, John Travolta. And they go, oh my God, I've always wanted to talk to somebody who was really in it. And there you go. Let me give you my card. And I always tell them, put it in your pocket or put it in your wallet. Because if your boss is a Scientologist, you could get fired just for that card. Because you're not supposed to be talking to people like me, because I'm a very, very, very evil person. And as of last December, let's not forget, Scientology told the public, a brand new public that was ready to pay $5,000, she's a top secret undercover CIA agent. Let's not forget that. Way to go, Osa. You guys are morons. I mean, who the hell came up with that? That was one of the funniest things, ever. And I called the guy the next day. I said, you didn't give him the 5,000, did you? And he said, no, I'm going to Japan. He was a wrestler. And I said, just out of curiosity, what did they say to you about me? And he said, they said that you're a top secret undercover CIA agent. And we both just burst out laughing. It was too funny. He said, that's why I didn't give him the money, because you told him, be careful. They lie and they hate me. So when they told me you were a CIA agent, that's when I knew what you said was true. See, I speak the truth. That's the thing. I always have said to Miscavige, TikTok, time is on our side and your side, all of you that are here, because we're on the side of truth. We can talk. We can say what we want to say. We don't have to filter out everything. They do. They have to be like, ooh, wait a minute. This might be a PTS person. It might be an SP. It might be this. Forget it. Such a pain in the ass. All right, now let's see. The problem with Ireland's winters is it gets in your bones and it stays till summer. Ouch. I've experienced a family member who chose that way out. It's affected me deeply. Yeah, definitely. If you can, if they're in Scientology, ask them, look, I'm really curious. How do you feel about free speech? And he'll say, oh, I'm totally for free speech. And it's like, okay, then I have a video that I'd like you to watch from the beginning to the end with me. I want you to sit and watch it. Oh, no, I can't watch that. Well, wait a second. Let's look up the words freedom and speech. You know what I mean? And like really make them, they're really big on clearing words. So make them clear the words because they're full of shit. You know, they're not free, they're trapped. That's why I use the Truman Show analogy. So anyway, good luck on it, but stay on it. I can't say it enough. I heard you were trying to go for wheeling on steps. Witness was, not me. She was driving. Witness is so upset. Witness, it's so upsetting. It's also always been Tori's point to bring awareness to how many young people and their lives. It is because they don't need to. And I think I stood over some of these guys that were dead. And it was like, you didn't have to take your life. You know, it's like you figure 18 to 26, you know, you just get to 27, you're free. You know, you know, you don't, I'm talking about just regular people. Like one of my friends' children I saw on Facebook, and I could tell from what he was saying, he was close. And I said, look, get over here now. Just get, I don't care what you have to do, get over to my house. And he was a younger guy, and we had a long talk. I talked to him about all the people I know that have taken their lives needlessly, and especially in that age bracket. And I said, you know, it's a tough age bracket. It is. Don't get me wrong. It's a rough time, but you can get through it. We've all gotten through it, and you can too. And it's much better than taking your life. And now he's getting married. I think he did get married, and now, and yeah, I think they just got married. You know, it was so wonderful to see. It was like, oh, I really felt happy for them. Okay, now, Running Bear. Okay, you still have a broken heart. I'm sorry about that. That's kind of what happened. Another day, another accident. Well, I guess technically OSA could be considered PR and legal. No. PR and legal are those. Legal is legal with attorneys. PR is their bullshit thing that they try to do to create PR. Like the thing with the Hollywood Christmas parade. Only Streets was there and turned it into a disaster. I mean, they turned it into a disaster, and the whole thing went down. He was right there going, man down, man down. And this girl came out and she said, you did great, to all the CO guys. And she said, he said, you didn't do great. He did great. There was one guy that he said, you did everything. You did all the work. And the guy waved to him. It was like, wow, that was impressive. It really was. All right, now, guess technically, no. So anyway, no, OSA is not considered PR and legal. They're in the same division. It's PR and legal and OSA. They're all in that together, but they're not the same. Witness, yep, thank goodness, Tori, another winter in Illinois was going to be the end of me. I'm glad I moved. Me too, Witness. Really glad. That's weird. I wonder why. Hi, Cricket. So I guess Cricket is in here. Dawn Lambert, it's 27 degrees in Lancaster. Wow, that's really cold for Lancaster, isn't it? Woo. Sophie, Karina, dry cold is definitely better over damp cold. Amen on that. I lived in Clearwater just for a couple of years, and it was awful because of the humidity. It wasn't so much the cold, but it was just awful, that wet dampness. Okay, 34 in Memphis. Wow, Running Bear. That's intense. Hey, Tori. Hi, no one. Thanks for coming by. I'm glad you're here. This is my new laptop, which I want to say thank you to everyone who chipped in. A bunch of people chipped in to help me get it. And any of you are welcome to chip in. I finally got monetized, and I think I'm still monetized. So I want to see if somebody will check and see, chip in $1 or something like that, just so I can see if I if I'm still monetized, because nobody's chipped in anything in a long time. And I thought, well, maybe they don't like me anymore. But I'm still here. So you're losing, Osa. All right, now let me see. It's funny you mentioned Norway. I did my DNA test, found out I'm Norwegian. Always was told I was German. Wow, that's really cool, Nail Tech. Sherry, I've got to do that. I've got to do one of those because I'm supposed to be English, Irish, German, Scottish, and part Welsh. But I've never done one of those. I'd love to find out. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, that's kind of cool. Crick says hi back. Well, I'm saying hi to Cricket too. Jamie El Bay. Ooh, hi, Tori. Hi. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, Sophie. Tori, is Mark Bunker not in Clearwater? No, he is in Clearwater. That's where he lives. Mark is in Clearwater. No, he didn't move. John Travolta's wife died of breast cancer. His son died of seizures. Yep. I know. I always hit like on the way in. It's easy to do. That's good. Hey, thank you. Who did that? Who was that? Somebody just did a thing of $5. Oh, wait, where is it? I got to find it. Ooh, where is it? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow, you guys did a bunch. Sophie, let's show this. Thank you. $3.49. All right. And Connie, thank you. $5. There you go for all you do to warn against Scientology. Thank you. All right. Flopper Squirrel, hi. Good to see you. $2. All right. I love it. Thank you. I'm so happy. I thought, well, maybe I'm not monetized anymore. All right. And $10. Thank you. Marcy. All right. I love you guys too. Thank you so very much. Thank you. It made my night because I've been sort of like going, well, maybe I'm not monetized, and I guess I am. So there you go. So I appreciate that from each one of you. Thank you. I know. I love Sophie. Thank you. I love that too, that now he's getting married. I mean, it's really sweet because he's really, really a nice kid. And there's no reason for him to take his life except, oh, wow, look, Christian, thank you. Thank you. Wow, this is so sweet of you guys. Thank you, Lily. Aw, thank you. This is so sweet. Thank you very much. I'm going to cry. Don't. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not used to this. You know what I mean? Like I've been speaking out for 24 years, making nothing. Wow, $9.99. All right. Yay. Thank you, Kim White. Thank you. So it's not something I'm used to. Like, okay, YouTube takes 30% of the super chats. Yeah, good to know. So that's good. And the other way is the other thing I have set up. No, wait, it's underneath Tori Magoo 44 for more information. And I have this Cash App, and there they don't take 30%. PayPal, which is how I got my laptop, which was with the money everybody chipped in for PayPal, and Venmo. And this is if you want to text me ever, you can do that, or there's Zelle, or if you want a Zelle. So there you go. Thank you, guys. That was very sweet of each one of you. We see you, we hear you, and we love you, Tori. Thank you, Lily. And Running Bear YouTube. Oh, yeah, thank you. All right. Now I got to figure out how to see, these are the things that I don't quite know. I don't know how to get back. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hi, Danny. Hi. That's so sweet, Danny. Oh man, I'm sorry you're experiencing I know, concussion head. Me too, Danny. I mean, they attacked Danny. I mean, can you believe that? He's out protesting, just filming, I think, actually, out in front of the testing center, and some knucklehead came and attacked him. They've done that to me. They did that to me. Some guy, and I was with a bunch of people, but it was back in the day when we didn't have like lots of cameras. We had, well, but Danny was sort of the same because he was by himself. But we never protested by ourselves because of that, because we knew they were really violent. And I always tell people, don't protest by yourself. Bring someone with you with a camera. But anyway, we didn't have a camera on it, and this guy just came flying around the corner, slammed me in the chest with his fist, and then ran inside the testing center. So what am I going to do? There's nothing. We had no proof at all, nothing. So at least Danny, I think, has proof. He has it on his camera. So that's way better. No, wait, let me just get back to where I was. Question: do you know any details about what happened to Isaac Hayes? He disconnected from South Park, and shortly after his life went downhill. Yeah, I honestly, I don't. You could probably Google it and find out. My guess is that, South Park is basically, it's South Park is South Park, but Nancy Cartwright is a big name in South Park, and she's a Scientologist. And Isaac became part of that and then quit. And you're right. I mean, shortly after that, it went downhill. I don't know. I have no data on it, but I'll try to look into it because that's a good question, Gerald. Thank you, YRB. I couldn't say it better. Okay. Let's see what YRB said. I had a dream last night that I got my child out. I got my child out. Okay, well, good. Are the people you mentioned also listed on Scientology? Why are they dead? Not sure if that website even exists. I don't know if it does, and it never was up to date. I mean, I know so many people that are dead that were not on that list. And I can't even remember all their names now. So, it'd be hard to really put it together. I mean, I think the suicide ones, even those, it's tricky because I would have parties and people would be there and they'd say, oh, yeah, my son killed himself. And, I'd be like, God, it's another person that, I knew this man and I didn't really know his son really well, but it's tricky. Update on Danny. His concussion. Okay, here we go. Wait, his concussion has been re-diagnosed from minor to full concussion. Protocols: stay in dark room, avoid light, new meds for nausea. Oh man, Danny, I'm so sorry to hear that. What a drag. Wow, that is really a drag. Yeah, LRH is dead and he was full of medicine. That's right. I remember that Aaron and someone else were compiling, I think you mean, compiling a list of Scientologists who have passed, and it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. It is. Danny, I'm sorry, Danny, to hear that your thing has gotten worse. That's just not fair. That's not right. Well, let me know if there's anything I can do to help you, Danny. It's great that they're exposing. Yeah. Okay. Karina, hi. I totally agree about getting the young out of the cult, but the old is a major problem. True, but they're not going to leave. That's the problem. It's like my ex-husband is still in, and I think their view is, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Most of them work for Scientology, the public. The Sea Org, they're not going to leave. Where are they going to go? So, I mean, it's not that they can't, because tons of Sea Org guys have left and they're very successful. So if you're listening and you are in the Sea Org, open the door, walk out. It's like, that's all it takes. It's really not all the scary stuff that they say. And you're right about the older people. It's like, I think most people probably figure where are they going to go? But there's people out here that will help you. There are. The aftermath, they really will. All right, now let's see. My eyes keep clouding up because this stuff is so tiny. The print is too tiny. How will they survive finding out their life was a complete lie and they have nothing? I don't think for the people that are in, it's a big deal that their life was nothing. Because just like me, I've never thought my life was nothing. It's like buying the bridge to total freedom ended up being, an investment that was complete and utter BS. But I met wonderful people who are still my dear friends to this day. And I would have never met them had I not met them there. And I was in for a good 20 years happily before I started waking up and seeing the darker side of things. And thanks to Bill Yachty, he got me into that and OSA, and that's why I'm out. Okay, now, prisoners of their own minds. Very true. Very true. I just found out the website listing deaths related to Scientology is no longer online. Yeah, that's what I thought. But still poke around because it might be somewhere else. It could be on Xenu.net. He could have one. The domain is for sale. Interesting. Really interesting. Could you send that to me in an email, just what the domain name is, so that I can pass that around? I mean, maybe somebody will want to buy it. I don't know, but we should get it, if anything, and Scientology will scoop it up if they can. Connie B, hey, Tori and Chad, hey, Heather, Danny just read up on post-concussion. Wow, yeah, I know, really sad. That was a brutal time of age. Witness, what time of age are you talking about? You said it's a brutal time of age. So which time is that? That's so wonderful. He's getting married. I know. It really is. I felt really, not like I'm the only one that had anything to do with it, but I definitely felt like I helped. I agree. He's getting married. Great news. I love how you helped that boy and how he's a man. He's a man getting married. I know. It was thrilling to me to see it. It was scary to see it online and go, all right, that's it. Get over to my house. I don't care what you have to do. And then we sat for probably about 2 hours and talked. And by the end, he was so much better. I mean, I'll go up to young people and go, you probably feel shitty about your life. And I just want you to know something. Most of the kids your age, this is for teenagers, are in the same boat. They feel shitty too. The only difference is they won't tell you because everybody wants to be cool. But the truth is, they're not. They're in just as much of a mess. Oh, I've got this Zelle thing. How do I undo that? Wait. Oh, here we go. Sorry. I didn't mean to leave that up for half an hour. Oh, thank you to you guys. That was so kind. Flopper squirrel. I don't know. Lily, did I thank you? Thank you for the super sticker. Thank you. Really, really great. Stay blessed. Thank you. Random one crap. So next time you can light a candle. Thank you, Witness. It's really cool. Did you find one of the decal cover things? Nah, I looked at them and I thought, nah, I don't need it. It's like, truthfully, seeing you guys is what matters. I don't. The other one I was going to get was a teal color, and they only had this in silver, but it's okay. It's fine. It's what it does, which is cool. Now let me see. How do people get even dollar amounts? Okay. How do people even get mine always ends in 99? I don't know. Sophie, do you know that? Do you know the answer to that, or does anybody here? Tori, you have been an amazing advocate for decades. Thank you, Sophie. I have worked at it. I definitely have. And honestly, Scientology, I have to thank, because many, many times I've gone, all right, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. I've said everything. I don't need to say anymore. I'm done. And then they do something to pick on me. And I go, you know what? I'm back. And that's it. And that's happened over and over for 24 years. I mean, I think well, originally I wasn't going to speak out at all. And they got that started real fast. And you think, well, what are these guys thinking of? Here's a person that was going to leave and never talk, not make videos, not protest. And I called Stacy Brooks and told her that. I said, I just want you to know, I'm only coming if that's the deal. I'm leaving under the radar. I don't want my face online. I don't want anything online. Now I have over 1,000 videos up, 25,000 subscribers. It's like, and that's thanks to them, because they continually pick on me. And it's like, okay, go ahead, pick on me. See what happens next. When I first started my YouTube site, right away, Bill Yachty was on there. Don't trust Tori. She's this, she's that. So my second video was, I'm from Chicago. And if you F me once, I will F you twice. And that was it. I told them, I said, you can go ahead and do whatever you want to do. But believe me, I'm not someone who's going to lay down. It's not going to happen. Okay, now, how do people... I don't know about the dollar amount, Kim. I'm sorry about that. But I have seen that. You're right. Tori, you have... Okay, thank you for that. Lily, Danny. Yeah, we're all sorry about that, Danny. That really sucks. But it is a good lesson, and don't protest by yourself. I will just say that. I'm not saying it trying to make you wrong. I'm just trying to make other people use it in the future. Bring someone with you. Even if you have them across the street filming, have somebody as a witness. I mean, you were your own witness, and you got a lot of good, but it helps to have somebody with you. Okay, now, my eyes are all blurry. Your laptop is really cool. Did you find one of... Okay, that we already did that. Okay. Yeah, he got assaulted. Okay, Danny is fearless. He is. And we're sorry to hear that. True. Please be careful. They can be violent. They pushed Tori down the stairs. They did in Ireland. That was in Ireland. Fuckers. Jesus. I would have been dead or paralyzed from the neck down if John McGee had not caught me. It would, because they were really steep stairs. And I went up them, and I said, what are you guys doing? And this guy came flying around the corner and just shoved me. And I just was flying, literally. And if John McGee hadn't caught me, I would have been dead or paralyzed, which would have been worse. Tori, have you had any Jehovah's Witnesses preach to you? I've gotten a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses out with my videos. It started with some young kids, and they wrote me and said, Dear Magoo, we were sitting one Friday night, we're a bunch of guys, and we were laughing at your videos, kind of making fun of you. And then one of them said, this is the same shit that our Jehovah's Witnesses do. And they all woke up and they left, and they said, we're free because of your videos. And that really helped me. And then I've had many, many, many. Like one time I went to a gift show, and this lady tapped me on the shoulder, and I said, can I help you? And she said, I'm really sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you. And I said, no, it's fine. What's up? And she said, I'm part of your YouTube site. And she was, a mother, right? And I said, really? And I said, what happened? And she said, well, my two boys are Jehovah's Witnesses, and I've been trying to get them out for many, many years, and nothing worked. And then I started showing them your videos, and they woke up and they're free. And I just can't thank you enough. That's the thing I wanted to read you. Listen to this. This is a card this lady sent me for Christmas. This is such a beautiful card. I got to read it to you. Dear Tori, it's been one of my great pleasures of the year to have viewed so many of your videos. You are a woman of the ages. You've lived a full and interesting life, and your voice and words underscore the level of confidence that so many women of your generation earned the hard way. I don't know if the current generation appreciates the challenges you all overcame, but I, born in 1961, appreciate you. And that's really true. We did go through a lot of shit. I mean, I know they are too now, but it's a good thing to learn. The other thing I appreciate about you is your disinterest in engaging in negative ways with other protesters. Thank you so very much, because I care about every one of them. I care about every one of them / you from afar. The pain is often palatable, and your empathetic words resonate. You are a role model for humanity. I wish you continued joy. Have a simply beautiful Christmas. Blessings to you, your son, and your many loved, treasured ones, which you guys all are. So isn't that so nice? Thank you so much. It was sent by a lovely lady named Anne. So thank you. I don't know that she'll ever see it, but anyway, isn't that a beautiful thing? And it's so true about our generation. We had to fight for a lot. That dude was so creepy looking at his drawn on facial hairs. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Style Audit. Okay. Welcome. And Danny, much love. Make another report when you're feeling well. Yeah. YRB, South Park is different than Bart Simpson. Oh, yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. That's right. They're this. What are they? What is the Bart Simpson thing? That's the Simpsons, right? That's the Simpsons. And you're talking about South Park, which was the thing a whole bunch of people woke up and left and didn't get into Scientology because they made fun of them. That's right. And they put on the whole thing with Xenu and the BTs and clusters and Tom Cruise and, you have to get in. And yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I don't know what happened to him then. I really don't. Thank you for clarifying that, though, YRB. I appreciate that. Yeah, they're two very different shows. Yeah, you're right. I don't know what happened to him. That's a really good question. Sophie, Tori, Nancy Cartwright is on The Simpsons. South Park made the episode revealing OT3. Yeah. And then Isaac Hayes was on South Park and left after they made the episode. Oh, yeah, that's right. Mocking Scientology and telling the OT3 story. Yeah. I'm sure he probably threatened them and said, if you tell the OT3 story, I'm out of here. And they, like Tom Cruise tried to do with that TV show, which was great because it made him look like a complete idiot. And they probably said, okay, bye. And then what happened after that, I don't know. Kelly says, I have to head off to bed now. All right, good night. But want to raise a toast to Doug Kramer, who passed 1 year ago today. I think he actually passed on the 5th. But his abbot says this. The 11th. Okay, so here's to Doug. All right, so here's to Doug. Definitely cheers. Here's to Doug, and here's to Andreas, and here's to Lisa McPherson, who passed away right around this same time, and Mark Plummer, because all of those guys passed away right around this time. I mean, Andreas and Mark Plummer passed away earlier this year. So Doug passed away a number of years ago, but it was right around this time. And Lisa obviously was many, many years ago, but it was right around this time. So, and I just have a lot of people that I miss. I do. I'm sorry that I worry about the people that are staying in. Concussions are nothing to mess with for sure. Take care of yourself, Danny. I know he will, and Leah will help him. YRB, I sent you a couple of photographs that will help in developing the case regarding Danny's attack if you can identify the people. You sent them to me or to Danny? I'm not good at identifying a lot of these people because most of the people I knew are either out or dead. There's a few people that are in, and I recognize them, but I've always been really bad with names because there's so many people in Scientology. So I remember I was watching somebody's video last night, and I thought, I know that guy. Oh, it was Bunker. It was one of Bunker's videos from downtown Clearwater. And I knew the guy that was picking on him. Oh, yeah, it was from the it was an old picket with he and Bob Minton and stuff like that. And the one guy that was kind of picking on Bob Minton, I knew that guy, but I don't know his name to this day. And I knew him pretty well, too, but not well enough to know him. So anyway, I'll check YRB if you send it to my YouTube, ToriChrisman44@gmail.com. I'll check it out. And if you send it to Danny, let him know. Just hop on the bus, Gus. Cheers to Doug. Yes. Way to go, YRB. Yeah, thank you. Mike Brown did a good show with his mother, who got out. Great. About the sick elderly people and where they are kept. Oh, okay. I'll have to watch that too. And what is his site? It's not still Mike Brown. I'll have to ask somebody what it is, unless somebody here knows. Okay, the link there it is. Thank you, Sophie. Okay, thank you. I'll try to see it. I believe you can adjust the amount by scrolling along the bottom. Okay. All right. And Witness said, wild speculation at 99 cents is a default amount, and 000 amounts are input for vice versa. I'm not sure. Yep. That was the way in Chicago. Tories liked, hold my beer and watch me. I don't know if that's good or not, but I am kind of like that. Here, hold my beer. I'll be right back. YRB, Tori, do you know the name of the security guy that told you had plan A or B? I don't. I never saw him before. I'd never seen that guy in my life. But I thought that was interesting that they gave me a choice. That was the first time in 24 years that somebody gave me a choice. I was they were having a graduation for anyone that didn't see the video. They were having and it's on my site so you can watch it, but they were having a graduation. Drew and I went to we said, let's go by and see what's happening. And we see this big party. And so we said, all right, let's park the car. Let's go check it out. So we went and checked it out. We're filming. And then I said, let's sit down on one of the benches. So we sit on the bench. Now, remember, when all the live stream kids were there, they did nothing about me sitting on the benches because they knew there were 10 cameras or more, and each of them had thousands of people viewing. So it was sort of like, okay, just let her sit on the bench. They didn't do anything. But now it's just me and Drew. So this guy comes across the street and he goes, okay, you've got a choice. You can either get up, you can either sit on the bench, but not film, or you can get up because you're on private property. That's what he said. And he said, or you can get up and film. And I said, Well, first of all, this isn't private property. I started it on that. And Drew just said, you know what? Let's just get up. We'll film. I thought, okay, that's the good thing about Drew. He can kind of keep us on track on what we want to do. And we wanted to go down and, just take pictures of it for everybody. So that worked out good. But I don't know the name of this. I don't know. I don't even think he was a security guard. He was a guy in a suit. So I don't think he was a security guard. He was just I think he was probably an OT. He was just somebody, and he just came over. OSA probably came up with that little handling. And, I thought it's either because they know I'm not going to just walk away. So they probably thought, all right, let's give her a choice. Or the other one is because I'm of my age, which is 77, and people are starting to say, why are you so rude and picking on someone of that age? And I don't mind that because it is gross. It's like they're a church, for God's sakes. They should be nicer to everyone, but they should certainly be nicer to seniors. And, the stuff they do, it's just ridiculous. So, look what Danny, he's not 77, but it doesn't matter. No one should get assaulted like that. And especially taking pictures of or filming Winter Wonderland with Santa. And to have him assaulted, that's insane. That's crazy, Osa. That is just knucklehead, pinhead crazy, period. Okay, now. Nikki Lynn, hi, welcome. Thank goodness for John. John. Do you mean Drew? Or John who? Witness. You said thank goodness for John. I don't know who you mean. John who? Tell me who. All right. And then Sophie says, so glad that that guy caught you on the stairs. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I get it. And that's what Witness is talking about too. John McGee in Ireland. Okay, good. Because that's what happens. We're talking about different things. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm talking about Drew. Who's John? Okay, yeah. John McGee in Ireland. Thank God he caught me. Truly, I would have been dead. And probably worse, I would have been paralyzed and really severely paralyzed. Can you imagine that? You think, what idiot would do that? That guy would have gone to prison. It's like, it's frightening to see what they can get these people to do. Sometimes crossing the streams can be good. Welcome, XJWs. Yeah. Ex-witness Vernon, thank you. Yeah, welcome. Sophie, Tori has literally helped more people than the Scientology cult has. Well, certainly in my lifetime, I helped more people out than I have when I was ever in. Let us resonate, Tori, across the interwebs. All right, that's fair enough for me. What a beautiful card from Anne. I know, isn't that just so wonderful? I thought, God, how kind. Hey, Tori from Sydney. Hi, Squirrel of Oz. Hello. Hi. Good to see you. And then Marcy, how I get whale accounts on super sticker chats. If you stick on super chat, you can adjust to a whole dollar. Oh, I see. Whole amounts, not whale accounts. It's whole amounts on super chats. If you stick on the super chat, you can adjust to a whole dollar. Also, choosing a different sticker will give you some of the whole amounts. Good to know. Thank you, Marcy. YRB. Nancy Cartwright is the Scientologist who is Bart Simpson's voice. I know. I've been over to her house. I know her. She's a trip. She is. She's the one that does all the, come to Celebrity Center. I'll teach you how to get into the industry. No. Hey, Tori and Chad. Hi, Joe. Okay, YRB. Isaac Hayes was on South Park, and they're the ones that did the Tom Cruise in the closet Scientology skit. Right. All right. And Sophie, cheers to all the beautiful, loved ones who have passed. Yeah, rest in peace, Doug. Yes. Witness, no, Tori. Doug has only been gone 1 year. Oh, really? God, I can't believe it. The week after he died, we had set up to do an interview together. But it seems to me, I'm bad with time, so I trust you, witness, on it. But it seems like it was so much longer than a year for Doug, at least a couple years. I don't know. I guess you're right. Maybe it is a year. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Well, anyway, it was amazing because we had it all set up to do the interview, and then he passed away. And it was like, what a bummer. If you don't know Doug Kramer, you can type him in YouTube and, Doug Kramer, maybe Scientology kind of thing, so you get the right Doug Kramer. But he's made some great videos. Okay, and then Charles says, no. Danny files a civil claim and can prove CFS hired that goon who attacked him through discovery. Okay, good. What is graduation? Is that Scientology? What it is they used to have more people graduating because they used to have more people doing services. So every Friday night they would have graduation. And it used to be nothing. But then 1 year while we were at Flag in the 90s, Miscavige, what happened is we were all going every Friday night to the movies, Sea Org and Public. And we'd all go to the movies and get off the base. And Miscavige found out and said, okay, no, that's it. We're having Friday night graduation at Flag in Clearwater. And it was a big deal. I mean, everybody was ordered to go to Friday night graduation. And whoever completed a service during that week was announced and went up, and they could give their win and stuff like that. And a win is something that you feel better about, that kind of thing. So then and then after they had great food, he really wanted it to be where we wanted to stay there. So he had great food and drinks and stuff like that. So it became pretty good. So then they did the same thing here at AO. They tried to do a Friday night graduation. But as less and less people are graduating, they don't have that many people that actually are completing. But anyway, because it was the holidays, it was sort of like a holiday party / Friday night graduation party, after graduation. The graduation takes place inside of AO, and then this was across the street in their little, eating area kind of thing. And we decided to visit. So that's what happened. And that's what graduation is. And people get certificates, here, and everyone's like, yay, so-and-so finished OT1 or OT2, OT3, that kind of thing. And they get their certificates, and there you go. Okay, so here's a link to a video of Tori getting a choice to sit. Oh, good. Thank you, Sophie. That's good. Where the guy gives me the choice. I mean, that was a first in 24 years. I've never, ever had them give me a choice. So thank you, Osa, for the first time. I mean, you did something that was like we both thought was relatively civil. It kept things, it could, because, who knew? We could have started screaming and, ruined the party kind of thing. But we didn't. We're not that way, and they know that. And so I'm kind of anti-screaming and always have been as far as protesting. It's just not my thing. I'm not saying other people can't. They can do whatever someone is comfortable with, they should do. I am not comfortable screaming because I used to be in Scientology, and they would send me out to talk to the people that were screaming and try to get them to calm down or go away. And I was pretty successful at it. But I never heard what they said, ever. I call it plexiglass, where it's just like I put up this plexiglass and it just bounced off. And they were all screaming away, and I never heard anything they said. And one guy actually really nicely and very respectfully said to me, "Can I just ask you this one question?" And I've told you guys this story a number of times, so I'm not going to tell it again. But anyway, because he was so nice to me, I never forgot it. He was like, "If you're free, why can't you read certain books?" And I was like, "Oh, I can read anything I want. I just don't want to read certain books." But anyway, he kept coming back and asking me it. And he never asked, like, "Well, if you're free, why can't you read certain books?" Which is how a lot of critics, that's how they talk. And it just, I mean, think about it. If somebody talks to you and goes, "Well, why are you wearing a pink shirt tonight? Oh, aren't you lovely?" It's like, okay, and screw you too. That's literally how it feels. And I used to go back in Scientology after being out with these guys, and they would say, would you ever want to be with these people? And I'd say, no, I wouldn't, because all they do is scream at you. It's like, you don't get to see, just like Danny. Danny is a very kind and good person. But if he's yelling, that's all they see. They don't see Danny, the kind and good person. They see Danny, a yelling, screaming critic that is evil and bad, because that's what they tell him. So I try to do the opposite. So it's very hard to say she's really evil and bad. Like, okay, they told that guy, but remember, I said, just remember, they lie and they hate me. And he came out freaked out, and he didn't give him the $5,000, Osa. That's because you told him I'm an undercover top secret CIA agent, you morons. And because of that, he went, bingo, they are liars. They're exactly what she said. They hate her, and I'm out of here. And he left, and he never gave him a dime. Good job, Osa. Really good job. So they're crazy. Anyway, let's see. I don't know. My eyes are really getting blurry. It must be late. What time is it? I don't know where to even see the time on this. Oh, here it is. Everything is so tiny on this. I've got to make it bigger. Someone's got to call me and teach me how to make this thing bigger. I think you go to settings, right? And then somewhere in settings, you can make it bigger because it's too tiny. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, there's another one a few days back. Tori, oh yeah, filled out the survey. That was the same night. No, that was the same night. What happened there, that's really funny, and I'll tell you guys, because some of you won't watch the video, but that guy made us get up, right? We had a choice. We could sit in the thing or get up. So we got up. Okay, so now within 3 minutes, a girl comes up to me and she goes, "Would you mind filling out a survey?" And you hear both Drew and I go, "Sure." Because we know Scientology and their hokey surveys. So I say to her, "Well, would you mind if I sit down on the bench?" And she goes, "No, that's okay." And you can feel the guard was right next to me because he'd come over, right? And you could feel him going, and so she kind of looks at me, and then she looks at him, and you can see like there's this confusion, like, should I let her sit down? Or, they don't want to make a big deal because it's a party, and it just was very funny. Anyway, so I filled out the survey. You have to go watch it. I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but it was just goofy. It was just a stupid survey, really stupid. It's frightening to me how bad they are at stuff. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, so that one's the same night. That's the same night. Proving that they are no church. Exactly, Connie. Okay, Sophie, yes, well, they look pretty mean, not letting a sweet 77-year-old like you, Tori. I know. It's like it's not like I'm being mean or something. I'm glad that you can see that. They look pretty mean, not letting a sweet 77-year-old lady like you, Tori. Thank you. Yeah, they should let me sit down. It's like, it's ridiculous. And there's supposed to be a church, and I can't sit down for 2 minutes? Okay, now YRB says he controls the security guards' decisions on that level they react. This wasn't a security guard. This was an OT, I promise you. He was in a suit, and security guards don't wear suits. Okay, but you're right as far as the security guards for what they do. Witness, no, I missed it, but it's on this site. You know, you can just go look at some earlier videos under the live, and it's on this site. No, it's been a year, Tori. Sad you didn't get to do the interview with Doug. I know. I was really bummed because I love Doug. And, you know, we had a really sweet, he used to say, you were the first person I talked to when he first left. And I remember holding him and he was just crying, and it was very touching. It really was. He's a wonderful person. I miss him greatly. I really do. Okay, now link to Doug Kramer's channel. Okay, good. Thank you, Sophie. Hello from Mississippi. All right, Jennifer. Hi, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Link to the stream Marilyn did earlier tonight for Doug. Oh, nice. Thank you, Sophie. All right. And can you send me these links, Sophie, and an email? Because I lose them after I end the stream. And I'd really like to see the one on Doug for sure, and Danny if there's one on Danny. The dramatic zoom in on the new camera is so serious sometimes. Is it bad? Is it bad? Is it because it does kind of zoom in, but I don't think it's bad. I don't. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think, because I can probably change it. Thanks, Sophie, yeah, for putting up Doug's channel. Thanks for that, Tori. Was wondering what that was about, graduation. Yeah. It's just, again, they're just trying to pitch things so other people think, oh, I better do that. You know, that kind of thing. That's really all it is. That's all Scientology is. It's money. That's it. Who does that security guard think he is? Howie Mandel? Deal or no deal? Hey, Ed, I was happy with it. I really was. I mean, it's the first time they've given me a choice in 24 years. So it was like, hey, it's okay with me. I was okay with that. I really was. But that's funny. Yeah. Sophie, Doug was really so good at explaining things. His content is really the best. It is. He is. He's really good. YRB, he didn't want you spending your popcorn money and show money outside the receipts of the registrars. Okay. All right. And Sophie, here's a link to my video for Doug. Okay, cool. And they are so mean how these security guards have treated Tori and others. Yeah, they can be really mean. I don't have that much of a problem with them. I mean, early days, they were very mean to me, where they slugged me and like Danny, they just assaulted me and pushed me down the stairs in Ireland and did a bunch of stuff, but since then, I don't know, we found a common ground where I got to know some of the security guards back when they could talk. They used to be able to talk. And especially Odo, Drew and I got to know Odo. And, people might not like him, but we liked him. Not for what he did as far as being a security guard, but we always thought he was going to leave. And I still do. It's just sort of like, I think what it is his mother is still in. And I think he's staying because of that, and I respect that. It's like, okay, so he doesn't wanna leave her by herself. So he's there being a security guard, but I mean, bless his heart. Not that it's great that he's a security guard. It's not, but I think it's very sweet that he's staying there because of his mom. That's what I think. That from everything we've talked to him about. He didn't say that, but I know his sisters are out, but his mother's still in. I thought, I bet you anything that's why he's staying. Um, wow, they really hate Tori. So weird. I think they only hate me because I won't go away. You know what I mean? They have a 25-step program to muzzle Tori. That's the goal in it, to muzzle Tori. And if you ever want to see it, it's on the net, and you can Google it. And it's a 25-step program for. I think I was Tori Bazazian back then, but that's my married name, or was my married name. But anyway, Harold Bazazian, if you by any chance hear this, or any friends of yours, all you have to do is open the door and walk out, and you're free. You don't have to stay there. I know you're not having fun. People around you think you're having fun, but I know you're not having fun. And you could go back to Chicago and be with your college roommate, your college friends, and have a different life. Have fun instead of this Scientology stuff. I mean, he sort of was born into Scientology. Anyway, enough of him. I don't think they hate me that much. They hate me enough, but Doug is a guy I hear was awesome. I don't really know much about him in depth, so thanks. Yeah, go to YouTube and type it in and listen to him, and then you'll know. Well, it's 1:20 in LA and 12:20 Thursday here. Wow, Sophie. Yeah, we better go pretty soon. So if anybody has any other questions, ask them. Sure, Tori says. Why do you have that? It looks, witness what? What is that face? It looks like an angry face. Are you mad at me? Sophie, where are you located? She's in New Zealand. Well, enjoy. Here's the first video. Wow. This is the first video. I don't know what's the first video. You're 5 hours behind me. Wow. Connie in New Zealand. Ah, cool. Yes, you can make it bigger. Oh, good. It's in the access settings. Okay, so it's in the settings, in access, and there you can do bigger. Okay, that'll help because this is like really hard on my eyes. It's really not working too well, but thank you, YRB. That makes sense. New Zealand sounds beautiful. I will most likely never get there. Sadly, maybe one day. How long is the flight? You know what you have to do, Connie? This is what I did to go to Norway. I wanted to meet Andreas, so I just made a little bank account just for Norway. And I would put money in it every week, just a little bit. And it took about a year, and I had enough money to go. And I went. You just have to decide you're going to go. Because, don't say you'll never get there. You will. You just have to do it. You have to save up money and if you work, you have to get time off from work, but that's not the end of the world. You're not going to be there forever. Okay, Sophie, Tori can always spot a Scientologist a mile away. I can. That is true. They don't want the girl to know that you are not in Scientology and possibly ask why not. Yep. Tori, Doug always mentioned how he cried on your shoulder and how lovely and kind you were to him. I know. I dearly loved him. He was a very sweet and smart guy, really smart. I'm so happy he got out. I really am. Every single person that's gotten out, it's such a joy. It really is. Witness, agree. Okay. And witness. They were more violent, in my opinion, when the digital cameras weren't. Yeah. Definitely. No question about it. Because they could do more stuff. We didn't have it on, we had people that would film, but it was like one guy with a camera filming one direction, right? So all you have to do is get them from the other direction and they're screwed. I knew Odo and his mom. Oh, no one. Oh, cool. Well, maybe do you live here in LA? Because maybe you and I could go together and talk to Odo. Because he's kind of like, he'll listen. He can't really talk because he'll get in trouble. You knew him as a child. Okay. Well, let me know if you're here in LA. Send me a private message. I like the new zoom in camera. It looks cool. I know, I like it too. It's very, very spiffy. This is the first time I knew it happened because the only other video I've made on my new camera was with Bunker. And I didn't have that zoom thing. It wasn't working when I'm doing the split screen thing. So I don't know. But I like it too. Thank you, Joe. I've seen looks and compassion on Odo's face once or twice. I have hope for him. He seems sad and intelligent. Tim Greenglass. I feel the same. I do. I have hope for him. I do. Come on out. Yep, that's right, witness. They still work in that program for trying to handle Tori. It's not going to happen, Osa. You should know that. It's been 24 years. Come on. It's like the only thing you're going to have a win with is I'm going to die at some point. And that's just a natural part of, life. And they'll be like, yay, she's dead. The Wicked Witch is dead. And I'm actually one of the better people that, I try to keep things level, but anyway, I don't care. It's fine. More of them are dying than me. So, but eventually it'll happen. There's, let's see, epic fail, exactly. Tori, mad at you. When have I ever been mad at you? No, Drew, you haven't. I just didn't know. It looked like you had one of those grumpy, mad faces. So then I thought, oh, I must have said something. I didn't know. Good night, YRB. Thank you for helping me with that. So it's the access. Wait, I've got to go back up. Let me just see what he said. Just a second before you leave. YRB. Okay. The access settings. Okay, so I've got to find the access settings. Okay, the Hollywood Christmas Parade will air Saturday night. Really? I think it's already aired. It already happened. The Christmas Parade already happened. It's already, go to Scientology Audits, Streets LA, and watch. You can just go down to his thing on the Hollywood Christmas Parade and watch it. The whole thing deflates. I mean, it's hysterical, and it deflates in front of the executive buildings in Scientology. It's a riot. And it wasn't us who made it deflate. It got a hole in it. On KTL, Channel 5, they're going to show it. Okay, thank you, Acer211. Okay, good to know. Good night, YRB. Good night, all you guys. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for all of your generous donations. And thank you for just being a wonderful group of people. I love you guys. And I love you, Sophie. Thank you from the top and the bottom of my heart. All of you. The Christmas Parade is pre-taped. Okay. All right, good. So they're going to we'll get to see L. Ron Hubbard's pirate deflating as he goes down and Street's going, man down, man down. Too funny. Well, that's a good question. Will they show the protesters? Good question. All right. Now, see, that's one thing. See how this is? There we go. There. Thank you, Joe. Love to everyone. Exactly. If I knew how to do red hearts, you'd have them, but I don't know how. But someday somebody will teach me. Anyway, in the meantime, I love you guys. I thank you from the top and the bottom of my heart. Club probably requested the streets and the others be edited out. Yeah, no doubt. They probably paid him to edit it out. All right, well, I'm going to end the stream now. So good night and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week and happy holidays. All right, bye, guys. This is my first one with my laptop.